Hey, hello family. How y'all doing today? You know what I mean? Y'all listen up, man, guys. I mean, y'all know I'll be talking about Brics and the importance of Brics coming together. It's a new world order, and the currency is going to be in circulation by early next year or so. Initially, though, these five countries came together and thought like something has to happen to the world. There need to be something that will change the world. It has to be change. Change is the only constant and permanent thing in the world. Nothing stays permanently forever. So these five countries came together, and that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They decided to come together. They want to make up a union, and they want to be able to trade within themselves. I mean, you can believe that if the Saudi, Sudan, Nigeria, Algeria, Egypt, or any country that has oil or gold, diamond, uranium, if they are dealing in international marketing, it gotta be in the US currency. And US are not the one that have the product. But when you want to deal with the product, if you want to sell it outside, it gotta be changed on US currency. It has been happening for a long time. I'm over 40. I knew about that. So these countries came together like we gotta do something differently. US can't keep benefiting from other people's progress. So this is the reason why the five countries decided to come together. But however, though, it has gone beyond these five countries right now. A lot of countries are showing interest. So far, their meeting this year is going to be between August 22nd and August 24th. And I think that's between on Tuesday this coming week and also to Thursday. So over 70 countries have shown interest significantly. 70 countries have shown interest, including the Arab nation. So presently, the Secretary of the United States, a, a press was holding a press conference, and the press person was asking her about Algeria and Egypt showing interest because Algeria and Egypt have always have an ally with the United States and so-called the Western nations. So right now, Algeria and Egypt are breaking out ties, and this press is asking the Secretary of the United States about what do they feel? And stay tuned and listen. See what they are asking her and how she responded. I mean, it's a shock for them because people are changing. People want change. You know what I mean? Nothing is constant. Nothing is permanent. Stay tuned. Watch how she's answering and how the question is being asked.
Cool. All right. So Algeria and Egypt, which are two partners of the U.S., the First Lady visited both recently, have applied to join Brics, which, as you know, is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and represents kind of a non-alignment force that stands against kind of Western hegemony. So how do you feel about this development? Do you welcome this?
So we have a couple of things here. First, I would refer you to the countries to speak on their own about their diplomatic engagement. That is something that they should certainly speak to that on their own. For our part, we lead in our engagement with an affirmative agenda focused on demonstrating the benefits of our governance and economic models. U.S. policy does not ask our partners to choose between United States and other countries. We have repeatedly emphasized that the U.S. does not want to limit countries' partnership with other countries, but we want countries to have choices on how to deliver results to their citizens as well. I'll also add, we've talked about this a couple times already, that Russia will be forced to explain itself when it meets with African countries about why they decided to stop participating in the Black Sea Grain Initiative, as you just asked me moments ago. Like, that's what we want to see. We want them to get back into the initiative, the Black Sea Grain Initiative. And look, Russia's actions this past week, as I mentioned already, which include the blockading of Ukrainian ports to stop the export of grains and critical food products, and bombing grain stockpile shortages facilities, have increased the price of food in many places throughout the world, and it will hurt regions such as the Horn of Africa as well. So, many people around the world will find it harder to afford basic food, as well as the results of Russia's actions. And so I imagine that this will be at the topic of discussions this week. And so we will see. We will see.
And then just quickly, the chairman of the House Foreign Relations Committee.
The BRICS is a grouping of some of the world's major emerging economies, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. That's where the name BRICS comes from. The group will hold its 15th Heads of State and Government Summit this month. And here are some key facts that you need to know. First, where is the summit taking place? South Africa will host the summit this year. It will take place in Johannesburg at the city's Sandton Convention Centre. South Africa took up the rotating chairmanship of the group in January. Also, this will be the first in-person summit since the pandemic and will be held from August 22nd to the 24th. So, who will attend the summit this year? The list includes South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, Chinese President Xi Jinping, Brazil's President Luiz Lula da Silva, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Russian President Vladimir Putin, however, will not attend in person. That's because of a warrant issued for his arrest by the International Criminal Court. So Putin will be a virtual participant. He will be represented in Johannesburg by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Invitations have also been extended to 67 leaders. That's across Africa, Latin America, Asia, and the Caribbean. 20 dignitaries, including the UN Secretary General, the African Union Commission chairperson, and the president of the New Development Bank have also been invited. Business leaders are also expected to be in attendance. Which brings us to how important the BRICS is. The BRICS accounts for more than 40% of the world population. That's over 3 billion people. Their combined GDP is more than $23 trillion and accounts for 26% of the global economy. Economy has always been at the heart of BRICS, but there are other key issues that loom over this summit. The most pressing issue is the BRICS expansion, the adding of new members to the grouping. But division among members over new admission may preclude any major announcements, especially since the group operates by consensus. The main driver of this expansion is China. Russia too has embraced the idea, but New Delhi and Beijing are at odds over any expansion plans. 23 countries have formally applied to become new BRICS members, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, the UAE, Argentina, Indonesia, Egypt, and Ethiopia. Other issues on the agenda include discussions on trade, infrastructure development, and the creation of a new joint BRICS currency.
Thanks for watching. Please hit a like and share. Subscribe to my channel, J-Ezo Expression, and comment below. Thank you for watching J-Ezo Expression. Big up.